Alright, this exercise is part of the Heavy Hands Qigong series, and specifically this exercise is going to target tight shoulder, neck, tight arms, tight forearms, tight hands, tight fingers, people experiencing arthritis of any kind, or tendinitis for that matter. And so what we're going to work on here is, this is considered Immortal Points The Way, and it's called that because you're going to be pointing with the index fingers in opposite directions. So the foundation for this posture right here that looks something like this is in the feet. So you're going to be stepping out just beyond hip width, so a nice rooted stance. Think about yourself like a tree. You're going to root. Okay, feel your feet spreading out on the floor. You're going to be gripping at all four corners of the foot, especially on the outside of the foot, making sure that the foot pad is completely and solidly on the floor. There's going to be a slight bow to the knees, not full horse stance here, but you're going to be pressing, you're going to feel some pressure on the inside of the knees and thighs to create a nice stable base. Okay, and then again, keeping consistent with the principles in all Tai Chi, Qigong movements, the belly, the chest is slightly sunken in, which has to do with the storage of internal power. So when we're out like this and the chest is open and the belly is out, we leak energy. We keep ourselves exposed to energetic stuff that we don't necessarily need, or physical attack. So when we're sunken in like this, we are keeping our physical world in order, so to speak, but also keeping our body, the energy in our body moving nicely. So we're going to have the belly sunken in, the chest is going to be sunken in, the spine is long, we're sinking through the feet, tailbone is driving down towards the floor. So from the side, you're going to get the feeling that the low back is going from the lumbar curve here. We're going to drive the tailbone down as the belly sinks in. So show that again. This is how most people stand. This is how we learn to stand. It's having our chest out, military style. And we're moving more towards belly in. When the belly comes in, observe the feeling of the tailbone driving down towards the earth, or plugging into the earth. Okay? That allows the weight to shift out of this tension shifts out of the lower back and in the hips. It shifts down, and it allows the energy to actually flow down into the legs and ultimately into the earth. So one more time, pull the belly in, feel the lumbar pressing toward the back wall. Feel how that opens things up, okay? So we're going to be in that position. Lengthen the spine through the neck. Feel again the feeling that you're hanging from the string. Relax. When you've got a nice foundation, you're going to bring the arms out in front of you. Not at a total 45-degree angle, but not completely out to the side. So it's going to be somewhere in the realm of here. And it's very much a feeling that you'll get used to when you practice. This is too far back, and you'll feel the tension build up there in the shoulders and in the neck. This would be too far forward. We're looking for somewhere right in the realm of there. You're going to round the palm so that you feel this nice space in here. The thumb and the pinky finger are going to feel as though they're sitting on top of the table. Boom. Flat surface. They're sitting like this. Okay? And each finger It's going to be extending out to the space, right? Notice how the elbows are not overextended here, but soft. The elbows are a little bit heavy. Keep the spine plugged into the earth. Keep the toes active, gripping at the earth. Use the principles of the microcosmic orbit breathing. So feel the breath as the breath comes in. Feel the inward movement of the chi, the upward movement of the chi in through the tailbone, through the tip of the tailbone, and as it rises up the spine to the back of the head. And then exhale and feel the breath, feel the energy circulating down the front body through the top of the palate, where the tip of the tongue meets the top of the palate, and it flows down the front body, back down to the genitals and to the pelvic floor, where it begins the circulation again. Okay, now in this position, the arms are going to start to feel heavy. You may even feel tight, okay? The object here is not to allow those feelings of heaviness or tightness to allow you to contract or to weaken your stance, okay? When we feel tight sometimes, it's easy for our hands to kind of crimp in, our fingers to kind of come back and become more gripped or pinched or whatever. We're going to stay out in this position. Okay, notice things you're noticing. Keep a soft gaze, close your eyes if you need to. Check your position of your hands. Feel the pointer finger. Again, we're pointing. Immortal Points The Way. We're pointing with the pointer finger and the middle finger and the ring finger and the pinky finger and the thumb, and keeping them nice and long. We're not stiff, but we're extending, okay? There's no muscular activity here in this position. We're loosening ourselves, we're relaxing into this position, keeping the belly soft, chest soft and sunken in. Keep the shoulders dropped, melting down the back. The scapula, the shoulder blades are relaxed. The shoulder is in the socket, not out and extended too far, but you feel the connection between the shoulder socket and the shoulder joint itself. And breathe. When you're working on this and learning this position, you want to practice it for half a minute, and work your way up to maybe 2 minutes. You can count your breaths, start with doing 3 or 5 breaths, and work your way up to 7, 10 breaths, 15 breaths. And then notice when you bring the hands down, notice what you feel in your arms. You feel longer, you feel like you could touch the floor without having to bend over. You can feel the blood flow moving into the fingers. This is an exercise that aims at not only elongating the muscle, the tissues, the fascia, but also the tendons, and it builds a foundation for bone breathing. So eventually what we will learn to do is to inhale and breathe in the chi through the bones into the blood. Breathe in and breathe the chi, breathe the universal chi through the bones, through the blood, into the spine, and circulate that chi through the body.